Let's continue on with our next example and our next shape, and that's this one. Once again, you may want to pause the video to figure out what the area of the composite figure is. And actually, they want us to find out the shaded area, so that means it does not include the semicircle. So just so that I don't have to move up and down, I'm going to do a rough sketch here. On your notes, you will probably write it down in such a way that you can see it, right? But roughly it looks like this. Okay, so they tell us that the height here is 9 inches, and this side length over here is 24 inches, and the width over here is 16 inches. So first, let's find out the area of the parallelogram. So the area of the parallelogram, and in fact, let me just shade this a little bit so we can all get a sense of the area that they want us to find out. So I'm going to say the area 1 is going to be equal to the area of the parallelogram. And actually, let's call it AP. The area AR is going to be the area of the rectangle. And then, of course, AS is going to be the area of the semicircle. Okay, let's start with the area of the parallelogram. Well, the area of the parallelogram, it's equal to, what is the formula for the area of the parallelogram? Once again, you may want to have your formula sheet handy that we started doing at the beginning of this unit. So there you go. What's the formula for the area of a parallelogram? Well, it says base times height. So let's figure out what's the base of this parallelogram right here. In fact, I forgot to put the tick marks, but yes, right, these are parallel, yeah. So what is the what's the base? The base of this is what? From here to here, the length is, well, 16 inches if you check your shape as well, right? And the height of this is 9 inches, so that's given to us. So in other words, 16 times 9, that will be the area of the parallelogram. What's 16 times 9? Put in your calculator and you get 144 square inches. Okay, now let's find out the area of the rectangle. Well, the area of the rectangle, you should know that it's straightforward. Length times width. What's the length of this? Well, 24 inches, the width is 16 inches. So 24 times 16, what is that equal to? Put it in your calculator, you get 384 inches squared, or squared inches. And the last one, what's the area of the semicircle? Now for this one, I'm going to write down the formula here. I should have probably done that for the other two, but you have your formula sheet. First, we know that the semicircle is really half of a circle. And you can still see it here. It's half of a circle. That means if we find out the area of the entire circle and then divide it by 2, that will give us the area of the semicircle. Why do we need to find the area of the semicircle? Because of the area that we're going to subtract once we add the other two areas. So the area of semicircle would be pi r squared divided by 2. Well, what is the radius of this? If this is 16 inches from end to end, well, the radius would be half of it. So let's collect the data first. R is equal to 8 inches. So now we can substitute it into our formula here. So pi 8 squared, because that's the radius, divided by 2. Well, this is going to be equal to pi times 8, 64, divided by 2. Now we can simplify these two. We're going to end up with 64 divided by 2 gives us 32 pi. What is 32 pi equal to? Well, 32 times pi gives us 100.5 square inches. Let me just fix this square here. Square inches. So now we need to add these two areas and subtract the semicircle. So the total area would be, we add the area of the parallelogram plus the area of the rectangle minus, let's put these two in brackets, the ones that we're adding, minus, oh, terrible, minus the area of the semicircle. So ultimately we're going to end up with this 144 plus 384. Great. I hope you guys can see this. I apologize. So once again, you find the area of the semicircle, and now the total area would be this. We add the area of the parallelogram plus the area of the rectangle minus the area of the semicircle. So 144 plus 384 minus the area of the semicircle, which is 100.5. You put this in your calculator, and the answer that I'm getting is this: 427.5 square inches. Okay, so that's the total area of this composite shape.